Yeah, let me turn it down just for a second. I won't be long at all. Wow, it looks way different from out here. I am so glad to see so many faces and so many candles here. I'm Kevin Williams, and the chair of the communications program. And originally, I was going to have to follow Yemi jumping over the chair and saying something clever. And then that didn't work, and I'm really glad because I have no idea how I was going to follow that up. Saw Yemi just a couple of days back, and it was the usual suspects. There's a bunch of different groups of calm people that gather together for different reasons. And Yemi, as you can tell, is with the filmmakers. And we were having some problem, I believe it was with a battery. And there'd be one filmmaker, and then two filmmakers, and then three filmmakers, and then four film. And it would be all the usual people, and then Yemi be right in there with everybody trying to get this thing working. And of course, it would be something really simple, because it's always like he forgot to plug something in. You do this for years, and that still happens. But we've always wanted a kind of a place where people congregated and got work done and could do the kind of work that they could do because they were in college, because it's a special time of life, and because you can do things that you might not get another chance to do in the professional world. And so I'm happy we afforded Yemi those opportunities, and he's going to be very, very sadly missed by me and everybody out there. So, love.
My name is Bob Buchanan. I know Yemi since he was 12 years of age. We used to do a lot of things in the church together. We'd had a food mission. We started at 4 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning once a month. And there was 4 other boys that also did this. And we give out about 20,000 pounds of food in Frederick County once a month. We had other things. We bought suits, not suits, but we bought shirts and ties for these boys. And they were ushers. It touched a lot of lives. Most of these boys were from Nigeria. They did communion. They talked with families. I fell in love with these boys. It changed my life. We had lost a son at the age of 13, my wife and I. They weren't filling the spot, but they were becoming remarkable people. This young man here is a senior at the school. Another one's a second year of med school. The other one's an officer in the military. These are remarkable young men that gave their life and loved the Lord Jesus Christ. You had a remarkable person going to this school. I look at each and every one of you, and I know how you loved them. I know what a remarkable person he was. I knew his personality could be awful funny sometimes, but other times he'd be very quiet to himself. The message I'd like to bring today is you need to find people that you can talk to, that when you do have a problem, you can talk to them. And you need to get rid of your pride if there's a problem. 4 or 5 of you girls just try to talk and get phone numbers, so if there's ever a situation, you can talk to each other. Young men and women, you guys got to know each other. You got to help each other. This is a beautiful school here. Our granddaughter goes to school here. And I'm thankful for this school. I'm thankful for what you have stepped up and done to honor this young person. The family's here today also. So I'm sure I'm speaking for the family. We want to say thank you for the love and the devotions that you've shown and the time you've taken to be out here. And I ask the Lord to bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
I'm Todd Cottreve. I run the radio station here, and Yemi had a radio show, or 2 or 3, while he was here. And he was just fabulous. When I first met him, he talked to me about having a radio show, but he didn't say that he had any background in radio. And many people do. You're young, excited. You want to come in and say, hey, I've done this radio show, I've done that. Everything's going to be great. I already know what to do. And Yemi didn't say any of that. He let me just blather on like I normally do, and he smiled. He said, that's cool. All right. Can I go in there now and do a show? I said, yeah, man, go ahead. His schedule changed, and we bumped him around other time slots, and he wound up doing one very late at night. And he didn't always make it. And he said, hey, I'm really sorry, I was sleeping. But my show's at midnight, so, I got to wake myself up to come in. And I was one of the few that I could say, hey, your show's yours whenever you want it, at any time. Just come in. And he did from time to time. But I do remember trying to impart a little bit of knowledge to him. And that's what we're here for, paid to do a little bit of that. And Yemi already knew it. But he was so nice, he just smiled again. He's like, yeah, I don't need to know that. I'm going to do something completely different than what you're talking about. Thanks anyway. He didn't say those words, but it was the smile, and that's what I liked. So I got to learn a little bit from Yemi. I'm glad to have met him.
What I do to release stress from work, I go to the gym and exercise.
26 years I've been the head football coach at Shepherd University, Division II. And if anybody has a stressful job, I think all of us in intercollegiate athletics do. But things that I think have been important to me for a long, long time in my life has been reading.
Hi everybody. My name's Monica Larson, and I'm a teacher in the comm department. The first time I met Yemi, it was in my computer-mediated class. And I'm sure there's a couple of you out there that know what a beast that class is. It's coding. And many students find themselves like a fish out of water, going, what is this? And what's this HTML business, and why should I care? But there was a student, Yemi, and he seemed pretty pleasant and always good, and life went on. But then I started to hear little bits about Yemi in a different context. He's a filmmaker. He makes stuff that's cool. And he wasn't in my class, and I started to get kind of jealous, actually, of all those other teachers that had him in their classes. But then all of a sudden, I found that he was my advisee, and I thought, winner, he's mine. He took a couple other classes, and I'm in a department with people that many of them make their living with words, and I make my living with gestures and with pictures, and I found a kindred soul in him. And he did a lot of weird movies, and I make weird movies at home, late at night, and I usually don't show mine. But I have a huge pleasure right now that you guys are seeing some of his little interesting art moments and the beauty that he brought to the world. And I'm just really quite grateful that he was my advisee and my friend, and that you're all here for him. Thank you. Oh. And by the way, anybody can come up and speak tonight. This is our version of open mic night. So please come up. Hi everyone. Let me just start by saying I didn't know Yemi very well. Sorry. I just met him briefly this year, and although I only known him for a short time, he touched my life in a lot of ways. His smile was very infectious, and even if I was having a bad day, he always inspired me to do better in class. So I wrote this poem in honor of him, and it's called Absentee. If I had an Oscar Lee to give, I'd give it without hesitance. For if anyone more deserved the honor, yours it should be. Your creativity blossomed in every film you made, even the shorts. And though by little more than name we were known, your spirit here infected me. Always